Hey YouTube, the reason why I'm doing this video, recently I came in contact with a person and we were speaking today and she was talking about as soon as she comes into church, she's being looked at funny because she has a short skirt on and men are looking at her and so many different things are going on before sinners can get into the church. They haven't been embraced. They aren't welcomed and all this different stuff. And, you know, my biggest thing is to tell people nowadays is like the church is going through so many different attacks, especially since COVID came out. We're going through multiple attacks. We're going through rape situations in our churches that are undocumented, unreported. Our law enforcement are going through pretty much the same thing. Several attacks that are undocumented, unreported. Some people are in states where they can't even remember to report. So when we, as young women and men, I'm asking my men now to cover up too, because I noticed something about our young men. Our young men are very scrapping and handsome, and a lot of times we haven't taught our men that they have to guard themselves. We're teaching it to the young women, but we're not teaching it to the men. We're teaching our men to let go, let it all hang out. But the same instructions given to a woman to make sure you are very modest and make sure that you cover yourself up and do not become too attractive to people. It was a reason why Muslim women would only show their eyes, and that's only so that they can see. Um, it's a reason why they would not let anybody see their beauty. Their beauty is only shown amongst their families or their loved ones because they would be followed home and taken advantage of. We're living in these times still today where our women are being followed home and taken advantage of. We talk about prostitutes. These are prostitutes, these whores, these are gold diggers, these this. And we're dealing with it with the male counterpart as well as the female counterpart. But then comes the question, how did they get like this? I'm not telling you to sympathize with them. I'm not telling you to have empathy with these types of demons. I don't want you to have empathy or sympathy with them. I want you to recognize the issues and guard yourself because a lot of times we too busy, we trying to save everybody else. And in this season, the God is like asking you, just save yourself. We can't save everybody else. We can't help everybody else. We can't bless everybody else. We got to save ourselves. And sometimes saving ourselves means, okay, well, look, I feel sorry for you, but I don't have a heaven or a hell to put you in. I feel sorry for you, but I can't help you because I'm trying to help myself. And the help that you need, I can't give it to you because it's beyond me. And to tell people this, sometimes they get angry. We have young women, they're trying to come to God, and she's looking at her wardrobe closet and she's saying, look, this is the closest thing I have to godly, and that's what I'm going to come to church in. And sometimes it's not as modest as we want it to be. And yes, usually we have those sewed up skirts at the front of the church. Well, at the back of the church, they're supposed to give you one when you walk in there with certain things on. She's not giving it to you because if you was walking in there with the right intentions, you wouldn't mind wearing the skirt because the skirt is clean. Nothing's wrong with it. You wouldn't mind covering up. Are you coming in with the right intentions? Because right now we're up under real attack, real demonic attack, real warfare we're going through. We're going through them trying to give women in the church a lust for other women. We're going through them trying to give men in the church a lust for other men. We're going through two couples of different sexes, whether you're a male or a female, dating each other, and they're sitting warfare before you can even get to the first date. This is what the church is faced with. So my biggest thing to people is tell them not to date. My biggest thing is if you're ready to come into church and you don't have a proper attire, you can watch some of these ministries online. So I told the young woman, I said, turn around. You do 30-minute ministries in the morning. That's something that I do. I have been like, man, y'all just don't know. I've been from pillar to post lately. I haven't had time to just get back to myself and just get back into my normal routine because it's I'm still going through hell. Let's just be real with it. I'm going through all that hell, so I really don't have time to get back to my normal routine. But I gave her one of the things that I do when my normal routine is what it's supposed to be. I sit up there and I watch YouTube ministries. I watch YouTube motivational videos. And another thing, if they have foul language or inappropriate language, don't watch them. I feel like if you respect me, you respect me enough to get your message across without profanity or the wrong language or something that will offend me, you know? So if you can't censor your message, I don't believe the message is directly for me, even though it may be a good message. And yes, I have thumbs up some messages that were a little questionable in language. And when I say a little, it probably was a lot. So I'm just letting you know. But still yet motivational. We can't deny the truth, but at the same time, I'm telling you guys, the truth for us is so hidden. We are going through real demonic possession, people. And this is a lot of people that I'm coming into contact with. And I gotta tell you, I don't want to be like surrounded around a place full of demons, and the demons now want to seek out the righteous, and stuff like that. I really don't want to be like that, but this is the society that we're living in, where we're in the house of dragons, and these people are demons, and they're demonically possessed, and they're not ashamed to tell you, look, they're demonically possessed. And this is the life that they're living. They're killing people because they're rebuking the demons out of them. We have reports of them rebuke me again, rebuke me again, and see what I do. And it's just women being shot. We have reports of police cooperating with the enemy against the church. We have so much going on. We are in a big warfare zone. So it's ridiculous. I mean, every day our kids go to school and try to get their education, and they're in warfare. Our teachers are going to school and they're in warfare. And we are really in warfare. And the last thing we want to talk about is really attire. The last thing we want to talk about is really your behavior. The last thing we want to talk about is any of that, but we have to address these situations that are minor and small during this warfare because you're not really seeing the bigger picture of it. People, guard yourself. This warfare is not a swift warfare. It's not going to be won quickly unless God intervenes. That's the only way these warfares is like that, and it's won like that. Other than that, we are in the trenches. We who are serving God, who are aware, we can be blanked out, taken out of our mind at any time. Law enforcement, I have to tell you, you are in the most critical state that we have ever been in because now they want to take y'all and mess up your vision, hearing, throw you in simulations. These simulations you cannot get free from. and letting someone else release you from another side. Divine intervention, um, default something releases you, but you will not get free easily. It will take a strong hand and a strong battle to free us. We are dealing with so many different things attacking our people. I can't tell you, there was times when I was raped and I couldn't even remember I was raped to report it. They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to make you aware that this is actually going on. You're going to have to do what God say do, or y'all going to end up in a worse situation than that. And it's sad to say it, but it's my truth. We already in worse situations than that because it's already happening. But when you start seeing these so-called righteous people who let you know that they demonic start doing that mess in front of your face, you best believe we ain't even started the battle yet. We haven't even started to fight yet. We're being forced into housing situations that are not healthy for our people. They're raping our daughters off, want our daughters to bear their children. Don't nobody want to have no kids from these people. But this is what the church is up against. And sorry to say, I know you've been out there partying. I know you've been out there clubbing. I know y'all people been out there doing a lot of stuff. Y'all men been out there sleeping with multiple women and all this stuff right here. But to be totally honest, when y'all come into church, don't nobody want to hear none of that. Because while y'all was doing that, we was sitting up there, we was trying to do it the right way. So don't expect empathy when we're going through the same thing you're going through, because you're a child of God and you're in the world and we children of God and we're in the church and we're going through the same thing you're going through. And I'm sorry if when you come into the atmosphere, we're not accepting of that, because it's a reason why we're not accepting of it, because it's a lot of stuff going down. We got virgins being raped. We got babies being raped. We got a multitude of stuff happening. They're not gender. They're not discriminating against gender when they do this. So they don't care if it's a boy or a girl. Your child may have already went through so many different things and you're not even aware. How can I save a child that I'm not aware of suffering? He didn't get close to, he couldn't even tell me he was going through that. He was so under possession like that. He couldn't even tell me he was struggling and that they had abused him. How can I help something that wasn't even able to speak to me and tell me this? Know what you're dealing with, people. Know what's going on. We're going to have to be defensive, offensive. Defensive says, I'm not letting a man in my house. I'm not letting a person in my house unless in their family. And even if they family, they better come with the right attitude. They better come with the right way. They better come right. I'm not letting them in there. We have to really be careful. This battle is not going to be easy to win. It's not going to be easy to gain control. Trust God always. Hopefully these words encourage you guys, women. When you walk into the house of God, a man is already under so much attack. Women are under attack too. Last thing we need y'all doing is coming into church halfway naked. Men, the same thing. Cover yourself up We are fighting for souls. We are fighting for our own as well as yours. Because if one is found saved, they already know. That's why when we see them surrounding our homes, bidding for us to come out, we know we coming out. We need to have all our guns and everything to kill because it's either us or them. Because we are the last fruit that remains. Hopefully, these words